So, hey, people. I wanted to just talk for a couple of minutes about the fact that I'm a really solitary person. And most of that time that I'm solitary, 99.9999999% of the time that I'm solitary, I don't, I'm not really interested. I'm not lonely, basically. I'm not lonely. I don't want to add anyone to my life. I don't miss not having a wife and kids and friends that I see every day or talk to every day. I don't. And I do. I have felt lonely in the past at times. But I realize it's more of a woe is me kind of loneliness. And maybe that's the only loneliness that there is, where people think that nobody cares about them and they focus in on that and they feel bad about themselves and worthless and all of these other things. But for me personally, I've kind of dispensed with all of the markers of where I'm supposed to be in life and what I'm supposed to be doing. And if I'm supposed to have, a certain number of friends, or if people will come to my funeral and if they'll miss me if I die. These are things that I really almost never think about. And I honestly don't care. I honestly don't care if nobody comes to my funeral. It seems like it will be embarrassing, like it'll be a sad thing. But I don't want to go to people's funerals. I can't think of anybody's funeral that I want to go to and be there if something happens to them. I can't think of anybody's wedding that I want to go to and pretend that I'm so excited that they're getting married because I don't care. Is it that I don't care about other people and their feelings and if they're successful or not? No, it's not that at all. I mean, I guess in a way it is. I have friends. I have a friend from Ghana who goes back and forth. I have to admit we're not close at all. And this is one of my closest friends, but we're not close at all. Like, I don't know anything about his family. He doesn't talk about his family at all. I don't know if he has a real girlfriend. I don't know what her name is. I don't know any of that. I have another friend who was originally from Macedonia. And likewise, what's going on in his life, I have no idea. I know that he moved recently. I know that he has a girlfriend. I know that he tries to make sure that he has a girlfriend. And, we try to talk at least once a month because this is something that his girlfriend came up with that she does with her friends. So I guess he thought, hey, let's do it. Him and my friend from Ghana. But they're not really serious about it. I mean, we just skipped 1 month there. A lot of times I have to be reminding them, hey guys, today's the day. We're gonna talk or what? And it used to bother me, but I don't care anymore. I used to see people in the street, and you see them today, and you have a nice conversation. You say, "Hey, how you doing?" Da 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 da, and then they don't talk to you ever again. And I have to admit that I've done that to people, and it wasn't because I hated them or anything like that. The one instance that I remember where I did that to somebody, it was because I forgot that we spoke. And I'm sure that that can happen to people. Like 3 days later, I passed this girl and I was like, whoa, we had a conversation in the cafeteria, a short conversation, but still. So all these days, you probably think that I hate you, I don't care about you, or whatever. And I was embarrassed and I didn't try to talk to her again. I have a sister. And I try to talk to my sister, or I used to try to talk to her regularly. As of right now, we've gone a couple of months, or at least a month, without, me trying to force a conversation, which I think is necessary with family anyway, to have a good relationship. I think she has a boyfriend now, so she doesn't need to talk to me very often. And I guess, yeah. So I leave voice notes on WhatsApp about things that I want to tell her about. And she'll answer in, or not, or whatever. Or she'll send messages to our group chat. But really, it's between my sister and my mother that, they want to talk to each other. But by and large, yeah, I have no friends that I can say that I talk to on a daily or weekly basis, and not even reliably on a monthly basis. And it doesn't really bother me. Like today, I'm just thinking of what I have to get up and do, what my schedule is, which is to go and give my uncle some food, change his underwear, his diapers and stuff, and brush his teeth. After that, I'm going to study. And there's nowhere in the day that I'm thinking, oh, I wish I had somebody to hang out with. But like I said, from time to time, not even once a month, from time to time, I am lonely. But I realize that it's, in many instances, one, it's very, very, very short-lived. It might be a couple minutes to a couple hours. And the next instance, I realize that it's something that I can work my way out of by thinking positive thoughts, for example, or looking at all the ways that I would be happy, that I am happy, all the things that I'm satisfied with doing in my life, and the things that I've accomplished. And for the most part, I just know that as mainly, for the most part, if I'm thinking of what I have to do next, it's not something that's probably going to come up much. I don't know that I even think about it that consciously. I'm just aware that every so often I get depressed or lonely. But normally it doesn't happen. But if it did start to happen regularly, I know that I've heard exercise helps, which I try to do every day for at least 5 minutes. What is it called? Tabata or whatever. I know that I can think positive thoughts. I know that for every thought that I have that nobody loves me, I equally don't love anybody to that extent. So I don't really, the same way that I don't really care too much about what happens with other people, by rights they shouldn't care too much about what happens to me, and it's not really a big deal. And when we're dead, we'll be forgotten. My grandfather, I remember him. My grandmother, I remember her. But 2 generations from now, nobody will remember them. And I won't be here to remember them. They'll be gone. Just like all the other people who have disappeared in eternity. So it's not really that big a deal. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks. Peace.